There were two South Coast showdowns this weekend, but at least one of them provided a little bit of quality, hey? Bournemouth's win against Brighton, it wasn't perfect, but it has propelled Iraola's Cherries to fourth in the Premier League. Yes, it's early days. Yes, there's 34 games to go. Yes, it would be futile to think ahead too much, but have you booked the day off work for the trophy parade, Tom?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I was gutted when I saw Liverpool's last-minute winner. I thought, oh, that's so typical. They get a penalty right there. Scott Parker tried his best to help out his former club. But yeah, when Liverpool get in like the luck that they began this season, it makes it really hard for the title, but we're still in it, mate.
We are still in it. And look, you know what? I love Where's Wally, but over the last few days, it's been, where's Tom? Where's Tom? Where's Tom in the comments? Where's Tom? Now, look, I'm going to do a medical check now.
It's not great.
Oh, mate, so glandular fever has it been or something like that?
I haven't got a clue, mate. But
they do feel quite inflamed.
I know. Credit to Ben, though. Done a Veljko, didn't he? Done a Veljko, came in, done a job. But Dino's back, baby.
Dino is...
He just got sent off, actually, didn't he, for Real Madrid?
Oh, yeah, he did. Interestingly, we'll talk about Ex-Cherries a bit later on because, you know, Kirkes, he didn't have a great one. Kiefer Moore scored.
Kiefer Moore scored, fair play to him.
There's been a few doing bits across the Football League and the Premier League this weekend. Also, by the way, we need to talk about AFC Bournemouth ladies as well. The women's team that beat Cardiff City ladies, although they're now called Gwalia United. Why don't they rename themselves that?
And why don't they just be in the Welsh League?
Good point. 3-0 winners. If I was to ask you who you think scored one of the goals, or even both the goals...
Well, Jenna Markham definitely scored.
And
Sophie probably scored. Sophie Quirk.
Yeah. She scored a brace.
No, nice.
10 points from a possible 12. And the conditions, right? I watched the highlights on AFCB TV. They were atrocious.
I've seen one of the goals and it looked...
Driving rain. It was absolutely horrible. It's one of those kind of games that I've played in like Sunday League where I'm like thinking my life choices, thinking, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
You need to get like an early slide tackle to go, wow, I'm already stuffed. Now I can play.
I'm done.
But before that, you kind of just walk around like, well, I might not get too bad today. I can imagine you being that player as well.
100%.
Just a luxury player.
AFCB Rob on Twitter said that takes AFC Bournemouth's women team up to 35 in the Opta England rankings.
It's incredible, isn't it? The rise they've had, incredible. And it's really good to see it continuing as well because you thought, this is going to be a little bit more, no respect to the other leagues, but you always felt the squad they have.
Yeah.
But you thought this might be a bit tighter, but going again, mate.
And you know what? Every player in that team deserves a mention for a second, but Kenny Thompson's feet, mate. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The skills on her. She did this lovely, I don't even know what you call it, but a little kind of mini pirouette, fired a shot off against the post. She was unlucky there. There's quality throughout that team, so who knows? Could they?
Yeah, I think they could. We've got both teams in the title charge. Whatever.
Amazing stuff. So, look, back onto the men's team. Third win in a row for AFC Bournemouth in the Premier League. In fact, the third 2-1 scoreline in a row against the Seagulls as well. Not all of them, of course, going our way, as we know from last season's double of defeats. No two consecutive defeats at home to Brighton Hove Albion since 1932. So that was another stat that was up for grabs. They could have got their second win at Dean Court in a row. Alas, it didn't happen. And it was a professional seeing off of the Seagulls. And it wasn't amazingly easy on the eye, was it, that performance?
No, I think we're very fortunate in and Brighton, to be fair, normally play really good football as well. So not just ourselves, but we know from this season, even in the defeat to Liverpool, for example, we're always good to watch. Yeah. So we probably didn't hit them heights. I still liked a lot of the patterns, particularly in the first half, but I think we had to show a different side to us. We had to weather a little, I'd say a storm, probably maybe a strong breeze in the start of the second half and maybe the end of the first. And we had to manage it a little bit differently. And I think Andoni spoke about that after. He was really impressed that, because in the last two, we've been 1-0 up, but we managed to keep the door closed. This time, they got one straight after half time. How can we react? And we reacted really well. And we kept going without being fluid best at times. But we showed a little bit of a different side to us, I thought.
Felt like a tale of two defences at times, but when the final whistle blew, just beating Brighton, I know it feels like more of a hoodoo than what it is, because we did beat them 3-0. I think that was when De Zerbe's time was petering out a little bit at the Seagulls, but it does feel like a massive psychological boost to beat them, and that is a compliment to them as well, because we know how good they are. Yeah,
and I looked, because we always seem like we're just behind them, and we are. I think the last two seasons we finished one position below them. So Iraola's 2 seasons in the Premier League, he's finished one position below Brighton. Right. So they almost feel like, and even when we're getting credited with certain bits, whether that be recruitment, style of football, it's always, they're getting like Brighton.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like the gap's closing.
Yeah.
but you need to see evidence of that because they've done double on us last season.
Yeah, true.
And I think this showed it, and I think it showed, because a lot of, listen, I don't think Brighton were at their best. We certainly deserve credit for that, but equally, sure, Brighton will say they could have played a lot better. But I think we are closing it, and I think now we're becoming a place where Brighton would have maybe taken a point. And I think that shows the difference now. I think a lot of teams now will come to Bournemouth and go take a point.
Yeah.
Which, we're certainly closing that gap a little bit. They have probably got a little bit more of individual quality in places, but I think as a team, we're showing we're right up there and matching them.
What this is all pointing towards is that Andoni Iraola is so pivotal for us. I mean, we are enjoying the best of times once again, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got to enjoy it, mate, because we don't know what's going to happen with Andoni. We have to enjoy it, because I'm saying that even when we don't win football matches, you just got to enjoy what we're watching, because he's a special coach. He really, really is. Whoever is the next club to have him are very, very lucky. Hopefully we can keep him for longer than his contract so far suggests. But listen, he's different class. And, the players are implementing it so well as well. So obviously the recruitment side of getting the right characters in as well, the amount that have been able to adapt to Iraola as well so quickly has been impressive. But yeah, it's just always a joy to watch, mate, and he's got a beautiful smile.
We did say this on one of our shows before the season started, I think, when we were maybe making our predictions, that if Iraola somehow has another season, that's as good, or if not as better, than matches last season, his name is going to be on the lips of many a fan base, and been linked with other clubs in the media. I think after Man United's 3-0 loss, there have been Man United fans. I know fans aren't a gauge of what the recruitment people at football clubs are thinking, but a lot of them are saying, we need Iraola.
Yeah, and it makes sense. They see the way we play.
That worries me.
Yeah, it worries me slightly. I think I would like to think it just seems a bit too chaotic to jump in there. I think he can kind of hold off and probably get a better job, which seems mad to say because how big Man United are, but it's been over a decade of being absolutely shocking, mate. So, and I think there's a little bit more to it.
I mean, there's got to be. I mean, if you go through the list of managers that they've had since Fergie left, who have we got?
Moyes,
Van
Gaal, Mourinho.
He wasn't good enough.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Not good enough.
Ten Hag.
He wasn't good enough.
Amorim.
He's not good enough.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's like,
so is there a bigger problem at United? Maybe. Iraola, you've got everything you need at Bournemouth. And look, there's a stat as well. Since Ruben Amorim took over at Manchester United, have a look at that league table. That's the results since he's taken over. 7th in the league, mate.
I heard something like they've won 7 games in 7 months or something. It's just unbelievable. It's Manchester United, but they're crap. They're really bad. I mean, we keep saying it. I mean, they're really bad. Don't go there. No point. I tell you what, I would literally, I don't know what, I can't remember exactly what the profit was we made this summer in terms of transfers. I can't remember. Say it was around 50 million. Just say around 40 million.
I think it was 60 something.
So, okay, 60 something. All right, so keep the rep. 50 million. Just go to Iraola. Just write him a check. 50 million. Just give it to him. Him and his family.
Just have it.
Have it. We don't sign him or play. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Absolutely fine. Yeah, he's a genius, mate. And we're in that title hunt at the moment. Good to see Brentford get something off Chelsea as well, just to keep them below us as well. So we're still in that 4th place, because I don't really want that, because that 5th, you might have to qualify for the Champions League. I'd rather be in that top 4. You know what I mean? Really hunt them down in there, mate.
Can I temper your emotions somewhat, though? I mean, we've just seen the league table, and we are in the Champions League spots as ever. But do you remember, what was the score when we played Southampton last?
3-1.
No, sorry, not that time. The time before that. Oh, no, we beat them then as well, 1-0. Sorry, the time before that, we won 3-1.
3-1 at their place.
We always beat them.
We were about 4th, weren't we? And we were flat, and we were all talking about Europe. And we went down.
I mean, that won't happen.
No, because it's not going to be a worldwide pandemic, which costs us. And also, I think goal line technology works better now. But they don't do more. But yeah, I think I know what you're saying. It is a very early start. I think we're in a completely different place, and obviously all tongue in cheek with title and stuff. We all said. I mean, this is why I think dipping into Villa there, who haven't scored a goal. I remember that Opta thing we did at the start of the season. They had the easiest fixtures on paper.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
That's what I always say about fixtures.
We had the third half.
We're the third. It's all a load of rubbish. It's all a load of rubbish because style of plays and stuff, we struggle. I think the one that, weirdly, out of the fixtures, the win that I was most pleased about was Wolves. Because they're the teams we struggle with. Brighton, I kind of thought, because they will have a bit of a go. Wolves showed a different side of us, I felt. Tottenham away, that doesn't bother me. I don't care how good they are, because they'll be so open that Iraola will kill them. And that's why, who's one of the most open managers, plays really good attacking football, Eddie Howe, we haven't beat us yet. And that's why, I think. So, we're not gonna go down. But it's mad how quickly that changes. A few games, mate. You're talking about how everyone online talking about Iraola. Everyone online was going Bournemouth are in trouble. They've lost the whole back five. You know, and the thing is, we had lost our whole of our back five apart from one, Adam Smith. He's injured. So we have lost the whole back five. And that was our first goal we conceded since Liverpool.
Not bad.
Do you know what I mean? It's all right, isn't it?
It's all right, isn't it? And you know what? It was also all right for Justin Kluivert. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
What's this?
World Records for getting that hat-trick of penalties. He got presented with that. What an amazing thing to have on your wall, looking cool, calm and collected there with that trophy. And also, by the way, I think it was Mike Botto's 500th Cherries game on the mic.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, I don't want to be harsh to Botto, but to me, Botto's been around forever. So I was like, only 500? To me, it's like he's... You know the club, 1899, Botto was there. In my head, Botto was there. All right? I don't know why. I just feel like Botto's never not been there. But great achievement from him. And he's actually, you go to other... I was thinking this. I think I saw someone on X put it. But I was thinking, I go to all the away games. I know it's difficult because you don't hear them every week. But I always feel like they're not as good as Botto.
No, they're not.
I do think he's good, so that's a great achievement.
I think he gets it. It helps when they're fans of the club and he knows. I mean, do you remember, there have been some sort of memorable moments with Mike Botto. Do you remember that stirring, even this was just last season, that stirring speech at half-time, half-time and extra time?
Yes, I think so.
Against Wolves, where he really inspired the fans to get behind it. And obviously we won the penalty shootout there. Do you remember that moment where, I think this was in our first or second Premier League season, where we were playing Spurs and then somehow some fan channel whose mics seemed to operate on the same frequency.
Something went wrong.
Said it was Men Against Boys or something. They were talking and it somehow got to the Talon system and went out all over Dean Court as well. We've been invited onto the pitch a few times. Some of them have been better than other times. I mean, yours were pretty good. Your penalty, mine was pretty poor.
Embarrassed the channel.
Tiggs went on to do the half-time challenge once where he did the race around the pitch and then from the halfway line he had to kick the ball into the goal and then he slipped and he did I think he did an ACL match or something like that.
There's a reason why we keep Ben close to that. And so he's doing walks for charity. He's absolutely smashing it. We're all our arse on the pitch all the time.
And he's never been able to run since.
Tiggs hasn't kicked the ball since, mate.
He hasn't.
Literally ruined his career.
It literally has. So maybe there's a lawsuit incoming. Who knows? Who knows? But look, Mike, well done. Hopefully there'll be 500 more for you because, and how fitting was it that we got a result as well? If you're watching on YouTube, you may see a load of stats on screen and they are from SofaScore. So look, if you're a Cherries enthusiast, you probably know the importance of getting real-time updates on your phone, like live scores and all that kind of stuff, stats on the go. SofaScore's app is designed for you because you get all that. Millions of users use the app. It's an amazing, amazing thing. You've got it on your phone, haven't you?
Yeah, like using it, mate. It's really good for every single stat going, but it's good at the end of the game as well. You see it quite a lot on X because people go, he's had a stinker, and then someone put a screenshot. No, he didn't. Look, he's got 8.2 here. Yeah, because it does cover every single stat. So it's really good. I've always used it. Yeah,
I swear that Ollie probably uses it quite a lot because sometimes he talks about Dango with Tara.
On his stats.
Not doing that anymore.
I'll tell you what, Dango, he wanted to find a position and he's found one.
Yeah.
On the subs bench.
Love that. Live scores, comprehensive stats, heat maps, interactive features, and more. If you want to download it, it is free. Check the pinned comment below on YouTube. It's in the description too. There's a QR code on screen which you can scan. If you can't do all that, just go to afcbpodcast.com/SofaScore and we're promoting it for free, but we do get a small kickback for every download that we get. So it really helps our channel to be sustainable. So if you're able just to download it, don't uninstall it though, because that affects it. Just keep it on your phone. We would truly appreciate it. SofaScore is used by Back in the Net. Okay, Tom. 1:45. Teams were out, and I'm gonna give a little spoiler of the video that we're gonna be putting out tomorrow. No diakite.
Yeah, no diakite.
Not my words. The words of someone who's going to be on the next video.
No Diakite, no.
No Christie.
And no Christie. I think I expected Christie to be in the squad. I did think he'd probably be on the bench because we've been working well, haven't we, at the moment? Obviously, the surprise was Veljko coming in. I did expect James Hill to come in for Smith. I thought it might be too soon for Jimenez. But if you had told me Diakite was out, I'd have gone, actually, I think he might play Jimenez right back and Hill centre back. But he liked what he saw of Veljko and brought him in, which is, hats off to him, because that obviously shows what he's done in a short space of time. Great to see Lewis Cook back on the bench, by the way. Really, really good. So yeah, we were strong, but listen, the big players out. We were already missing Adam Smith, who's a big player. So to lose Christie and Diakite as well was tough. I think they look strong. I always worry about Danny Welbeck. I always worry about Matoma. And of course he scored again. Yeah. Always. Yes, they got some good players. I was surprised they went with Milner in there. Because I just thought the one game the one game then you're not going to play Milner is against Bournemouth Energy. Yeah, true. But maybe he obviously done it for a reason in there. But both sides were strong. Both sides had decent benches as well. So it was set up for a good one, mate.
Only 4 players started our last match against Brighton at their place, which shows you how changed.
Yeah, I suppose.
We are. I'm just trying to think who they were. James Hill started that one.
Of course he
Alex
did.
Scott. Was it maybe Semenyo and Evan Nilsson, I think?
Yes,
I'll
maybe.
have to check, but it was
Evan might have been out. That might have been when Dango was up top.
It could have been, yeah.
It might have been Semenyo and Tav.
But yeah, just 4 players. So fair play to him. There's a Twitter account that was very excited by someone's inclusion, and that's a Serbian football scout account that we've been following on Twitter because they've been loving the fact that Veljko was starting. And indeed, the GIF that was posted when the team lineups were named, they were so excited, and they were right to be, because what did we witness from our new starlet? We need to talk about it. So then, mate, game started. It was started all right, didn't it? Yeah. I was in the Ted Mac for this. You're in the North Stand, but it seemed to be mostly our end, where I was.
Yeah, it did. I thought, and obviously coming on to it, I think early in the second half, you had virtually all the play for a lot of the game. But we started on the front foot. I feel like we've done that in virtually every game this season. I feel like we've started well, which is really promising. And fortunately, of late, we managed to get the goal, and it was obviously hopeful we could do it again. They got a really early injury, didn't they? I think it was Hinselwood in midfield.
Yeah, it was like there was a clattering where Evan Nilsson went down as well, and I thought, what's happened here? But
I don't know if it was concussion or what, but he went straight off, didn't he? Which wouldn't have helped them. But yeah, we kept plugging away, and it looked like, can we just get one over the line? Can we just get in? And luckily, we had someone just take a little shot on. I saw Andoni say afterwards, I've been encouraging players. Scott does that a lot, encouraging players from on the edge of the box to have a pop. Weak foot, really good strike, mate.
Poor clearance. Well, it was a headed clearance, so it didn't go anywhere really. It stayed in the box. Semenyo took it down. I think Matoma probably. He could have maybe won the ball back, but he was probably scared, given it was inside the box. Didn't want to make the wrong contact and send Antoine to the floor, but took it down really nicely. Ball stuck to his feet, and then fed Alex Scott. And what I just liked about it was the spontaneousness, or the spontaneity. What's the word?
Spontaneity.
That's the word. Of his shot.
Yeah.
I've rarely seen him do that. That's the second goal from outside the box this season, I think, because Semenyo did it against Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that's another. And what a good strike it was. First time shot on the turn on his left foot, and keeper had no chance. What a good start from us, eh? And that, I'm so glad for him, because that just sums up the really good start to the season that he's had.
Yeah, we've all been crying out to see more of this of Alex Scott, and then you want to go, right, he's starting to show it now. Now can we see some numbers in terms of them goals and assists? And he seems like a player that should score more goals. So I was really pleased for him, because he can pop up in them areas, because he's not really a 10, a natural behind the striker, but he's also not a defensive midfield player. Yeah. So he's one of them that you think could pop up now and again. Really good strike. And me and my mate who was sat, where I sit kind of just behind the crossbar of the north, we're right behind it. Yeah. And it's one of them that as soon as he hits it, you're up. It's in. Yeah. You just know it's in. The keeper's never getting near it. Really good strike, mate. And that's what it wanted. And like I say, what's changing in the last few games is we're starting well, but we're finishing our dinner.
We are finishing our dinner. I was watching or listening, actually, because I had some reels playing on my phone. I was doing some editing on my laptop, I had the phone, just going through some reels. And there was a chat with Alex Scott in the tunnel after the game. And I heard the girl, it wasn't Zoe, it's someone else. And she said, what about the celly? And I'm so old. I was like, why are they talking about sellotape? Like, genuinely, like, what are they talking about? And then I saw the subtitle. I was like, oh, is that short for celebration?
Yeah, God.
Because he was doing this, like...
Yeah, and he was like, put it down or something.
What does that mean?
It was something... Oh, he said it was a tennis player, Ben Shelton, yeah. Something to do with his celebration. But I think he had something on Sky in the week with Tav. I think they were talking about that. He's like, I need to start scoring more. I need to think a new celly. So, nice little celly that, I thought. But
I've got to learn that. Celly.
We've said celly so many times that all we have to do is say celebration. What? Just kids these days, so lazy. Just say celebration.
Oh, absolutely love it. So what a good start for AFC Bournemouth. And look, Brighton, they did look a bit dishevelled, not least because they had to make another substitution. Was that when Semenyo slightly nudged.
Yeah.
Who was it?
De Kuyper.
Into the horde.
Do you remember, by the way, you probably don't because there was so many, we did that show right at the start of the window where we were talking about how likely players were to come. There was loads of left-backs, wasn't there? Because we obviously hadn't got Trofea yet. He was on there, De Kuyper. Long hair. He played for, was it Bruges? I think it might have been Bruges. But he was linked with us as well. He's a good left-back, so I remember thinking that's probably quite handy. But it was a weird one, mate. It was like...
Match of the Day made more of that.
On about it.
Yeah, they made quite a lot of that, but I didn't think it was overly... I mean, we can't help it that our hoardings are so close to the side of the pitch.
And honestly, you see that every single week.
Yeah.
Someone gets nudged. But Semenyo's just a beast.
Yeah.
So, and there was one later in the second half where he done exactly... It's like on the pitch, he just gave him a little nudge and the ref blew up and he was like, yeah, Semenyo's just an absolute animal, mate. What do you want to do about it?
Well, when you look at the match timeline, I mean, you can see the substitutions on there. If you're watching YouTube, you're seeing this on screen. It seemed to... mentally affects Peter Banks because look at those yellow cards.
Oh, mate.
One for Lewis Dunk. I mean, that was when Evan Nilsson was running down.
Yes.
And Evan Nilsson, by the way, he was really rapid.
Yeah, he's got like a nice little acceleration on him at the moment.
Although Lewis Dunk's cracking on, I suppose, age-wise, is he?
Potentially, yeah. He's just perfect too.
But there was one for David Brooks that probably was.
Brooksy definitely was.
Marcus Senesi.
I could see why it was given. He won the ball, Senesi, but he went in really Senesi-like. Tyler Adams, I don't know what I was for, to be honest, more because I was having a pint. But yeah, I honestly, because we always say it always feels like, I've definitely said this before, but you know when a team loses and you've had a bad ref and you think, oh yeah, they're going on about that. Yeah. We won this game. That ref was atrocious.
Yeah, I didn't.
He tried to ruin a decent game of football. He was absolutely awful.
First half especially. I think the second half was a little bit better.
A little bit. There was still, and don't get me wrong, I think there was some that they wouldn't have liked either, but I felt a few of the times I thought he was slowing it down and giving some weird decisions, I felt.
When we look at the heat maps, I mean, we were pretty much all over them. When you look at the stats that we'll go on to later on in terms of touches in our penalty box, they were certainly fewer than what we had. And down the attacking areas, as you're looking at it on screen, that right-hand side where Antoine Semenyo had the ball, it just feels like he can just having him on the pitch is almost like a superpower. It's like a trump card because when the ball comes to him, you know that they're going to be thinking, we need to watch this guy. And there were a couple of times where I actually feel as though he could have done better. And it must be so scary. I've said this before, for a fullback or a central defender, depending on who's marking him, to see him running off that flank, running towards you, knowing, I don't know which way he's going to go.
Go both sides.
Right foot, you don't know.
He might hit it early, he might keep going.
Yeah, on that occasion, the defender managed to get a touch on it and they had a corner, but scary from Semenyo, absolutely superb. And he had of course, as we know, he had an assist to his name. I think his numbers for assists and maybe goal involvements are right up there this season.
It's top. I'm pretty sure it's top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's top. Yeah, he's a beast, mate. And I think we'll probably come on to it, but sometimes you have particularly wingers like that you just, like you say, you know that the defender's just going to instantly start backing off. That was, but I actually felt, to their credit, the Minter started doing it for them as well. I thought he was very impressive. Yeah. But yeah, first half, mate, like you say, it was all down your end. Can't remember him having many chances. I think Rutter, whatever everybody called the one from Leeds, which I was annoyed that not enough Bournemouth fans were reminding him of being an ex-Leeds player. But he had a few nice touches in and around the box and you thought something's going to happen, but we managed to deal with it every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't worrying me too much, but he always won that second goal.
I can't remember Matoma doing anything in the first half.
No, he didn't. Actually, that's what it was, a game of two halves, a little bit for Hilly, actually, because I thought he pocketed him first half. Second half, I thought he worried him a little bit.
Yeah. Elsewhere in defence, I mean, we'll talk more about Veljko, but Senesi was supreme. Do you love that little moment where
Flicker? Oh, so calm. I mean, I was fuming when he did it because I was like, if he wins that, they're in. But he does back himself, and I like that. Do you see Kelsey, because obviously they're together, she put it on her Instagram.
Oh, did she?
Just him just flicking it over the edge, yeah. It was a brilliant bit of skill, really, really good. I think that was on Rutter, actually. But yeah, he had a great game, didn't he? Great game.
Right in front of me, it felt like David Brooks was taken out at one point, and I can't remember seeing it on Match of the Day or any significant replay montages that have been online. It seemed like his standing foot was taken out, and I thought it was going to go to a VAR, but it didn't at all. But obviously not the case. Thankfully, he got back up and he was all right. But like you say, their moments were few and far between. That shot from the angle that Petrovic saved, I think Veljko put him off a little bit, like you say. That was the only real chance of note for Brighton. So half time, I was really, really happy with the way things are, but there's always that feeling with Bournemouth, feel as though we should be more ahead than what we are. Yeah,
the only thing that you just go on previous, don't you? And you know that it's always difficult if you can't get that second goal. But what we'll say is what we've proved in the last 2 games is literally, Wolves and Tottenham. We did hang on. We were 1-0 up at half time. So that gives me a little bit more confidence now. But again, obviously, we had to change the defence again because most of them have been with Smithy and Diakite. But yeah, I felt like I had a little bit more confidence defensively that we could keep them out. But you almost felt that even though we were playing all right, I thought this Brighton team can go another level, I think, if they get into them. And they certainly come out like a team that has something to prove. They come out brilliantly.
Whilst we're praising Senesi for doing what he did, I think there was a ball forward that Senesi sort of side-footed out that then Brighton then capitalised on, and that's where the ball found Minter on their right flank, who looking like he was going to cross on his right. Triffier maybe showed him a little bit too much space. It's so difficult when they stop and go like that because you just don't know what to do. Floated a lovely ball to the far post, and there could be some criticism for Petrovic coming in at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've watched it a few times. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because could he have gone for that? Was he a bit?
I mean, he did go for it.
He did kind of go. Yeah,
he was nowhere near it.
No, he wasn't. And yeah, it's a difficult one. If I kind of think if he just stayed in his goal and didn't go for it, and they ended it in, but I've gone, why didn't you come for it? It was a difficult one. I didn't think it was a glaring error from the goalkeeper.
It has gone down as an Opta error.
Has it? Okay. He probably looked back in goal, could have done something differently. But I think that, and there's, like you say, there's an error from Senesi in the build-up. There's an error from Trofeo for not stopping the cross better. Yeah. I do think the main error was Hill. He didn't know where Matoma was. He got drawn in a little bit.
When you look, I was looking at Vitals forum and someone said if you watch the replay that was filmed from the back post, he checks 2 or 3 separate times and he glances to see where Matoma is, and then he just takes a step forward, which effectively loses him that meter or whatever, and it was an unchallenged header.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate for him, I think. But it was one of these combination things, like he would have seen Petrovic maybe coming for it and expected. But the thing is, it's so difficult for goalkeepers because, I know the ball's in the air, but the flight of the ball doesn't always, stay the same. It may just be a little gust of wind. It may stay relatively high. And unfortunately, it was just one of them that just eluded us completely. I'm sure in many ways it's actually a good goal to concede. The fact that we won the game, we can now look back at it. And,
I just really felt for Hill because I think he's not. I think people forget he's not a right back because he's played there quite a few times now and done a good job. But as we mentioned earlier, he thought he'd done really well on Matoma in the first half. But what you got to remember that Matoma done it for a goal. I was gutted for him in that sense. But yeah, it was one of them. It was a very rare moment in the game where there was a few little errors in there, but that's what good teams do. That's what Brighton do. They capitalise on their one real chance. To be fair to them, and then I felt like they were the team in the ascendancy then, and we had to claw it back somehow.
Yeah, if you look at the attacking momentum on screen as we are on YouTube, you can see that half-time is bookended by 2 big spells from Brighton. You'll see at the very start of the second half, it's green for us. I think we had a free kick, didn't we? That we didn't do much with. But then, they had that little spell. But fortunately, after that, we sort of grew back into it. And the midfield battle was really key in this one. And another game for Tyler Adams where I can't really remember him doing much, but it just keeps things ticking over.
Just does everything perfect, doesn't he, really?
I thought so. Just
wins the ball back, lays it off, lets everyone else do their stuff. Yeah, he's a gem in that middle, mate. And yeah, as I said at the start, this is why I was surprised that Milner started, because I felt that we got to grips with the game more because we had a little bit more legs and energy in that midfield. Because I felt they were getting in down the sides a little bit. They were improving a lot, and I think Minter started to cause Trofeo problems. We love Trofeo. I mean, what start of the season he's had, by the way. He looked like he's been there for years. But I think in this game was the first time I thought, he's been defensively, because he's had some top players up against him, by the way. Salah being one of them, and I think he's coped so well. But I thought Minter, to his credit, was a threat on him all day. Trofeo still had a good game, was still decent, but I just thought there was a few times where Minter had the beating of him.
Absolutely.
And Matoma, as we mentioned, equally on Hill. So we then tried to condense it a little bit more through the middle, and I felt we had the upper hand in there. And as you say, Scott was obviously having a good game. Adams is Adams, and I thought Tav is really starting to get used to that role. And I thought he was. So honestly, if you watch him sometimes, off the ball stuff is just the work he puts in, the ground he covers he was brilliant, I thought.
Yeah, he's another string in Andoni's bow, isn't he? Just the way that he's managed to get him playing in a position that was unfamiliar to him.
Yeah, it makes sense because he's got all the attributes to do. He's always had energy, and always had energy in there. It was just, could he have the discipline to play that role? But I think when you've got a Tyler Adams in there, it allows for players who could be a little bit freer, because Tyler Adams is just he's such an organiser behind him. He could be the anchor, and it allows Tav to just be the energy in there. And yeah, I thought he was everywhere. Him and Scott, to be fair, really helped us, and even Brooksy and Semenyo sometimes was just coming in and just like helping out as well. We managed to kind of claw the game back to kind of go, no, we're not letting this get away from us here. And we managed to get grips with it. And then I thought, right, now let's go and win it.
Talk me through the moment that led to our penalty then, because was it Lewis Dunk that gave the ball away?
Yeah.
And it came to Tav in the middle of the pitch that, from where I was, everyone was saying shoot, because the keeper's way off his line, wasn't he?
He was well off his line. I don't think Tav realised how far, and he still would have taken some good technique, but it was 1-on-5, so you're thinking Tav's got to do a lot here. I don't think he really knew what he was doing.
No.
Because he's just running at 5 defenders, but where's he supposed to go?
He's quite good at
just close control a little bit.
And protecting the ball.
Yeah. I thought if you could just win a foul here, or just maybe kick it off him for a corner.
Because I was thinking that I think there was a runner on the left-hand side that I think, come on, like play him in, but he didn't. He checked back. And then, Ever was there. And
just so I thought he was going to lose, Tav was about to lose it. He checked back, obviously saw Ever, fair play to Ever making the run, and then played the pass perfectly, and I thought Ever's just going to smash this in, and I think the defender did as well. Good little cut in. I think if the player done dangle his leg, then I think Ever has a free shot with his left foot, and I think he would have got it on target. Whether we would have scored or not, who knows? But the player leaves his leg out, so catches Ever, and stonewall pen for me. Right, it wasn't. I had no qualms about that being a penalty. I thought it definitely will be.
Brighton defensively looked all over the place at that point, though, didn't they? They just looked like, how was one player bamboozling them so much?
Yeah, it's strange. And I think, we've said this before. I've certainly been banging this drum a little bit. The amount of times I feel like a defender that I think's a good defender has a bad game against Bournemouth when Evan Nilsson is running him ragged all game. They won't let him breathe. And I thought Dunk's, like, normally he's so reliable. I thought he struggled. Because Ever doesn't give him a moment. He really doesn't. And, that you go back to that, particularly there's one with sending off as well, but the penalties, no Premier League player has won more penalties since the start of last season than Evan Nilsson. And that says a lot, because he's just running ragged all game there. He doesn't stop. He deserves that. And you almost want him to get like some sort of point for that, if you know what I mean, because he's not getting on the goals, is he? And I bet I don't know if it was just to try, because they do that these days, don't they, where one of them holds the ball and the other one takes it. I was looking, I think he wanted it, but I think Semenyo was kind of like, it is me if Clivert's not on the pitch kind of thing, because obviously Ever used to be a penalty taker, but he's obviously only taken and missed one for us. So.
A very cool and calm penalty from Antoine. It wasn't anything like his Everton one.
No, my worry was he's going to just go for power and he could go over.
Yeah.
That was my worry. But yeah, really good pen when I watched it back, because I didn't watch it in real time.
Did you not?
No, it's terrible.
Of course you did.
I just looked at the back of the North, mate, and just waited for the cheer. Waited for an erupt, buzz. I was confident though.
Yeah.
And I think because, when a player's just in the vein of form that Semenyo's in, you just think he's got the confidence, he's going to nail this.
I said it on the vlog, I'm not sure whether this is the case or not, but is there still only 3 windows in the game to make substitutions? Plus you've got half time.
Yeah.
So I was quite surprised that Brighton didn't make a change at half time, which only left one window left in the second half to be able to do so. But they did make some changes. They made a triple change with Welbeck, Milner and Ruta coming off. And then, look at the players that they brought on, Belabor.
I couldn't believe he didn't start.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't believe he didn't start. I mean, I don't actually know, so Brighton fans might correct me, but I assume he went away international. Maybe obviously he's African, so maybe he went travel quite far, come back late. That's all I could think. He's a top player. Welbeck, I get because of the legs, but you always want him on the pitch. He got the late goal against us at their place, didn't he? And Russell was one of their better players, I thought. So I wasn't overly concerned with that, but it's obviously freshness for him.
We made a few substitutions as well. 2 initially, Kluivert and Adley coming on for Brooks and Alex Scott. I felt the formation sort of changed slightly after that, because it was almost a sort of 4-1-4-1 at times, I thought. But then it felt like all of the game was in the midfield after that, and it was just a little bit more compact, just trying to control things. Yeah,
Tav went a little bit deeper, didn't he, to allow Kluivert to come in. He's obviously more offensive than Scott, but I think they trust Adley to be able to come in as well. I think he's played number 10 a lot, so off a wide area, he can come in. And I think we knew that we were winning that battle in the middle of the park.
It was almost like we were trying to set a trap a little bit. So if Brighton were to overcommit, then we'd have the numbers to go forward, and we'd have the pace of on both flanks, etc. Semenyo on one side, Adley on the other, etc. But after that, I can't really remember them having too much. I know Welbeck had a flashed shot that just bounced a little bit, but it actually went quite a long way wide. Other than that,
no, I can't remember.
Not loads. I mean, Petrovic wasn't tested.
Not that I can remember. No, a few little scrambles that we cleared quite comfortably in the end. So I didn't feel overly concerned. Obviously it's 2-1. You're always nervy, and there's quite a few minutes added. Blah blah blah. But no, it didn't look like they were peppering us, which was really good. And even later the game went on, and we're just bringing on different bodies that just come on and do a job. What the trust he has in some players. I mean, you're thinking you're 2-1 up. The last player you want to take off is your defensive midfield player. He's done that twice now. He's taken off Adams because he just wants new energy in there. And great to see Lewis Cook come back on, mate. And even little cameos from Soler and Jimenez were decent, I thought, as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. It felt like to me that we had more shots in the first half than we did in the second, but the stats show otherwise. We had more than half the shots in the second half. But I remember there was a free kick from Adley, wasn't there, that was well saved. I don't think, I mean, from my end, I thought it was going in, but obviously the keeper saved it quite comfortably. And there were moments where, a few
little block shots.
Yeah, that's right. So those are the stats so you can see on screen in terms of the shots on goal. And other than that, we really saw it out well. I mean, you mentioned Jimenez who came on. I'll have to see him almost channeling his inner Adam Smith by getting a booking.
Oh, I love a defender coming on when you're winning on the 87th minute, getting booked in.
That's a natural Adam Smith replacement right there, surely.
I like that. But no, good to see him get on the pitch. And a bit funny, whatever, he's a youngster. Him and Soler both coming on, and then at that time in the game when you're only 1 goal up, shows the trust the manager has in you. Yeah. So I really like that.
So Veljko then.
Oh, God.
Veljko Milosavljević. There you go. I've done it. And I haven't had to dub anything in like we did on the vlog. What performance. And a lot of them all stand. We're singing Milo again, Milo again, Milo again. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Dean Howson commented on Instagram. Oh, tear down my face.
This did get my heart. This did get me.
It's been passed on. Good luck, mate. And we need to talk about him then. I'm not convinced he is 18.
Mate, the size of that. I could be his dad. He's 4 of me. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, he's an absolute beast.
He showed so much composure. And look, we'll talk about the Serbian Football Scout account because they were watching the game closely. This is what they said. We're showing it on YouTube as well. The game could have hardly gone better if he had scripted it himself. He showed remarkable composure and courage for an 18-year-old debutant, playing through pressure instead of taking the easy option, making calm clearances, staying positionally disciplined for the full 90, patient and persistent in duels, a force in the air and generally already physically comfortable in the Premier League. Plus, as a bonus, he was even composed in the opposition box. I'm sure he'll have lesser moments too, but this performance was impressive and bodes well for the future. And they're also talking about the fact that maybe he could be playing for the Serbian main team as well.
Yeah, well, I obviously remember because England played him last, didn't they? Yeah. Milenkovic of Forest got sent off.
Yeah.
So he will be suspended for a key game against Albania. I'll tell you what, if they're going to bring someone up, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? Yeah, mate, honestly, you a player like that, an 18-year-old for his debut, you just want him to get the ball and just clear it. Yeah. And just, do you know what I mean? Just not make an error. The composure of the lad. I mean, I've seen him play, what was it, 97 minutes of football, and I'm already convinced I hope he has 100 million release clause at least. But no, he's a beast. I love it. And I know it's kind of technically the Howson replacement, and obviously we've done the Howson song. He reminded me of Zaba.
Did he?
Just because he's got that bit more physical.
Yeah.
Whereas Senesi's a little bit cooler on the ball and like blah. And by the way, I think there's someone tweeted, I can't remember who, so I apologise. I think what we need to do is remember that when Zabani came into the side and was faultless, Senesi was his partner. When Howson's come in for Senesi, then they've played together for a little bit, not as much, granted. Hill's come in at times, Senesi's been there. Diakite's come in, Senesi's been there. Now, he deserves a bit of credit here because Senesi, they're coming in next to him.
Yeah.
Senesi showed some leadership skills I don't think he gets credit for.
No.
I think to come in and he's having a different partner so many times, Senesi has, since he's been at the club. And I think Senesi deserves a lot of credit for that. But yeah, Veljko, he just reminded me a little bit more because of his stature, because of his build, and just cool on the ball without trying anything too sexy, if you like. But yeah, I love him, mate. And if it is players Veljko, he ain't a rip-off, I'll tell you that, mate. Oh, what a guy.
We're looking at the stats online. The match overview shows that we had an expected goals tally of 1.45 versus Brighton's 0.62. One of the stats that I don't think is on there that probably should be is the fact that we were so good with our duels as well. We had such a good success rate, and that's what I think was key to this performance. We won 17 out of 26 aerial duels. Semenyo won 4 from 4. Senesi 4 from 5. AFCB won 14 of 18 tackles. Scott won 4 from 6. Semenyo 3 from 3. Adams 2 from 2. Senesi made the most defensive actions with 15. 3 players made an important interception each. Tavernier made the most recoveries with 7. And Milosavljević made the most clearances with 9. Senesi made the 2 blocks. This is remarkable for a defence that has been botched together pretty much.
Oh, yeah. So it's first time that defence has ever played together.
Yeah.
Virtually every week we've got defence that have never played together. You know, add into that it's a new goalkeeper. Yeah, it is remarkable, mate, how much they fitted in. And that's why I kind of mentioned the Senesi one, because now Smith's out. Kind of like Senesi's kind of the experienced head in there. And I think that sometimes that goes under the radar, that you've got to have someone that's kind of got to glue it together. I think Traffer's come in and just been, him and Senesi have just been natural on that left side, which is really nice. But even Hill, he's going to get criticism for the goal, which I understand. Whether you put him in at centre-back, right-back, he still does a really good shift for the group. And yeah, and I think what also helps, and we've spoke about him enough, but having an anchor of Tyler Adams in front, it is working perfectly at the moment, mate. And yeah, we were worried on that deadline day going, oh my God, what if something happens to Diakite? We ain't got no one. Bloody thank God we got Veljko in at the last minute. Because yeah, he looks like another gem. So yeah, really, really pleased, mate.
Can I just remind you of something?
Go on.
I think on our prediction video.
Yeah.
Did we say 14th? Did we say 14th?
Someone, if you said 14th, you're mental, mate. I'm absolutely mad.
14th from bottom.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Who would have said 14th?
I mean, at the time, that is what it felt like.
Mate, if we're only in September, we could come 14th. But yeah, I know what you mean. If I'd known this, it was just the fact that it's going to be a whole new defence. They fitted in so well. We'll see what happens. But yeah, sometimes you have a little bit of time with football and you forget how good, bloody good that coach is, and how good the players are as well. So yeah, it's amazing, mate. Let's ride with it. I also predicted like Villa to come like 4th and then scored a goal.
Yeah, I think what I've said before is it is a combination of things, like the players that have been having their, say, like purple patches last season have, they carried that on. Players that were, like, say, your David Brookses, your Alex Scott, you just wanted to see a little bit more.
That next level, yeah.
We are seeing that.
Yeah.
And then the integration of these new stars as well. It all seems to be happening so well at the same time.
Mate, if I'd said to you at the end of last season, we're going to go into the season, I'm not going to tell you about incomes. What I'm going to tell you is Kepa ain't going to stay. We're going to lose Abadi, we're going to lose House, and we're going to lose Kirkes. Christie's going to start the season injured. Smith's going to start the season injured. Lewis Cook's going to start the season injured. Do you think we'll win 3 out of the first 4? You just said I'm absolutely mental. So I didn't mention that we lost Dango as well. Yeah. So, we've lost a few big players in there, mate. So yeah, it's really impressive. Really impressive.
Superb from Huss. So yeah, I mean, when they did the man of the match, it was Veljko, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which
I think as a context, I think we've given it.
I thought Senesi was going to get it, but I think I'm so pleased for him. But Senesi, I mean, I think he had the most touches in the game of 75. Semenyo had the most in the opposition half with 42. Tavernier with the most in the final third with 28. But Senesi also attempted the most passes with 54. Tav made the most passes in the opposition half and also the final third as well, when we managed a 79% pass completion. And for Senesi, it's just the fact he always does the right thing.
Yeah, it feels that way. He goes long when he needs to.
Exactly. He never takes unnecessary risks, which I kind of like. And
yeah, trust him.
Yeah.
And yeah, you said that, and don't get me wrong, if it weren't for it being, because of Veljko's age and because of his debut, I think that's, with the context around it, you give him the man of the match, absolutely. But I gave it to Senesi against Tottenham, which feels like a lifetime ago now. That was our last game. So that's 2 games in a row where he's probably unbelievable from Senesi. I think because of how good Dino was, we forgot that Senesi's bloody good. So really, really pleased for him.
Who was your sofa score statistical man of the match, Tom? I mean, I could bring it up on the app. So could you if you downloaded it. Do it now. Who is it?
Ever.
Statistical man of the match? Is it Ever?
I'm going to go Ever. But it could be Semenyo Scott. There's quite a few in there. Yeah, I'm going to go Ever. Let's have a look.
It is.
It was close.
Semenyo.
Oh, yeah.
8.3.
So Semenyo, then Scott, then Ever, then Senesi. So yeah, that's fair enough. And yeah, obviously, that's why I like SofaScore, because I can see if I've watched the right thing and Minter was their best player. So yeah, I like that. But yeah, some of them are annoying because yellow cards don't help. So it means Brooks and Adams drop. But their goalkeeper getting 7.3 surprises me, because even though we had chances, did he make any worldies? Or like make any really big saves that like the XG would have been.
Yeah,
not that I can remember, but there'll be a reason for it. Just check out the old SofaScore stats, mate. There'll be a reason for all of them scripts in there. But but look at Hinsel didn't even get a rating. I was trying to work out why.
However, he got a 5 point something on the BBC website.
He played 49 seconds.
He did, yeah. He was their sixth best player according to the BBC stats. He played a short amount of time. So all this leads to the fact that we need Andoni to sign on the dotted line, don't we? There's a few people in the comments saying, "Why are you talking about it?" Because everyone's talking about it, and I don't think that they're watching us. Or are they? You never know. But he's absolutely key. He's absolutely key to everything that we do that is right at the moment. And this could have all of if we keep as many players fit as we can, this could have the hallmarks to be a season even better than last. But I'm not getting carried away.
No, don't get carried away. But yeah, we've done Champions League. Don't get carried away. Is this the? But yeah, we've done some really good bits in terms of. I was really pleased that Hilly signed, Tav and Brooksy. We've still got, as we just mentioned, Senesi's key. And obviously Andoni as well. They're the two that we need to get tied up. But yeah, Andoni, I feel like Senesi will. Yeah. I think that will happen.
Because Kelsey, if anything, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Andoni, please. Just, I feel like I'm going to do it every time, but just one more. Just one more.
Yeah,
one more. Yeah, let's go again. Come on. I mean, if you're going to take us to Europe, mate, why not? Take us to Europe. It's,
for me, it's just, you can see that whilst we've trim the squad and stuff, we've said it before, that the understudies that we've got in most positions of the pitch now
stronger
are a lot stronger, aren't they?
Yeah, they're definitely. It was January we got Soler, so we had most of the season with just one left back, didn't we, for example, and then we didn't have a striker for a while. Daniel was up front as well, so obviously Krupi coming. Yeah, but it just feels like we've gone a level higher. Obviously we've got players back from longer injuries as well, but yeah, we've seen a lot stronger now. And it just feels like the weaponry on the bench. I mean, we're sending out players on loan like Winterburn that we had to use. Yeah. He played at Anfield. So yeah, we've managed to address the squad really well. We've given him some good tools in there, mate, and making money as well. Everything seems perfect. The next thing is just get Andoni to sign on that dotted line. I can't just everything. I just want him to. Oh, their announcement's going to be great. But yeah, that's the only thing every day. I just think, could he sign today? It would be pretty special if he did, mate. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's enjoy it while we got him.
We were talking about the players, the other cherries that have done things across the football world. Actually, if we go overseas, Lloyd Kelly scored for Juventus, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw Lloyd Kelly scored, yeah.
Did they win? I don't know.
I can't. I think they won 4-3. It was like a mad game, yeah. I've got a feeling he did score.
Hopefully he's doing all right there, because I know that they've been
didn't start well, but I think
tough times for him. But
yeah, I think it's. I want to check that, but I'm pretty sure they won in the end. But yeah, I was having a little look, so I was looking at like Repka.
Yeah.
And all that. See, Adojay come on.
Oh, what is that? Our Croatian his side, yeah.
Yeah, Adojay did come on, but he didn't score anything of note. I think Kiefer scored as he always does.
They lost though to QPR, which
tell you what,
not a good result for them.
That was Hollywood Wrexham going down. Who else was there? I think Meps lost. Actually, didn't they?
Jack Simpson scored for Leyton Orient, did he?
Bloody hell. Jackie Simpson. Yes, I was right. Juventus won 4-3 against Inter Milan. Yeah, there's quite a lot of play. I saw Kilkenny won again, didn't score anything, but Swindon are absolutely flying with Ian Holloway. I think they're top of the league. So Kilkenny might be coming up the leagues again, which is good. Ryan Glover got the winner for Barnet. That was the other one.
No way.
Yeah, and they've obviously got Winterburn and Offerball.
That's
so
incredible.
Barnet, by the way, we've got to keep an eye on Barnet.
We are running football, mate.
We are a little bit.
We are running football.
A little bit. I saw that Billing didn't score. I had a little look on them for Miji. Like to keep a little eye on them. I'm trying to think of his name. Paulson. I saw that Paulson joined Gdansk, or whatever they're called, and they're bottom of the league. Yeah. And they won like 3-0 or something. I was like, what? That's Jesus Christ.
Absolute rock.
But yeah, it's all looking hunky-dory, mate. The only one that's been a shame, really, with the ones gone out was old Stuttle had to come back, didn't he, from Walsall. Johnny Stuttle got injured. But apart from that, everyone seems like they're in a decent place, mate. Happy days. And did you watch all the other football? Did you watch Kirkers' display?
You know what? What was that? That was Liverpool. Oh, yeah, you know what? I haven't seen any highlights of the games, but obviously I know that the typical Liverpool last minute.
Mate, Parker because Jane Anthony also played in that 9-0.
Yeah, he did,
So Parker and Jane Anthony going in there with a little bit of PTSD, performed so well, mate.
You know what? My opinion on Scott Parker might be changing a little bit.
It nearly did, and then they could see the last
But not just for that, because I kind of respect him now a little bit.
Yeah, I just... his football is crap, isn't it?
Well... But I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the guy.
Well, I don't know about like. He had a little bit of a bite of denim, mate.
Yeah.
I can do that. But yeah, Kirker's, he started, obviously, we got nearly over 40 million quid for him. He had a little dive. I never saw him dive once for us, by the way. He's gone there, been there 5 minutes. He got booked for diving, then got hauled off. So that's bad for him. But what was the other one I watched? I watched the game before that on the Sunday. I can't remember it for some reason. It was a really dull affair. Really, really bad football match. It was 12 o'clock. It was awful. There was loads of hype around it. No quality, mate.
Yeah, I seem to remember it. It's
just no quality in that game whatsoever.
Two of the sides on the south coast that are below both Bournemouth and Brighton.
It's one of them games where I get it. They hype it up. It's a lower league kind of rivalry. You know, you have one of them lower league rivalries. Yeah. And it was only 2 arrests as well. Pathetic.
There was one lad on Twitter that I had to retweet it. So I was like, before the biggest match that your fans are looking forward to, like this big rivalry against a team you've not played in like centuries, but it's a big rivalry. I know for historical reasons. He tweeted like, "Hey, hashtag AFCB fans, this is what a proper rivalry looks like. Hashtag Saints FC, hashtag Pompey." Like, why the hell are you thinking about us 45 minutes before the biggest game of your season, which you drew 0-0? And what's mad about
lucky as well, Pompey in the first half.
Yeah, the bar, didn't they?
Yeah, played quite well.
And what is mad is it's funny when you see all this expectation. You know what the Southampton fans' tweets would have been like at full time had they won, but they're kind of lowering their own bar because they're like, oh my god, Portsmouth are celebrating a draw. How bad is that? It's like,
oh my, yeah.
Is that how they got left?
They go on about it a lot because it's their rivalry. Just 13 years for that. I mean, that was crap. Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, but yeah, we'll have them in the comments of this video, mate, for some reason. Because every time I say how much I hate Southampton, someone goes, "We don't care." I go, well, I don't like it. Why are you commenting? What's the metaphor I always use? I don't like gardening programs.
Yeah.
I don't go on Twitter every day, find Alan Titchmarsh and go, "I don't like your programs." I just don't. It doesn't bother me.
I would.
Titchmarsh,
So yeah, well done, Saints and Pompey. That was a good game.
Cracker.
Yeah, cracker. But look, Bournemouth are top of the tree when it comes to South Coast clubs. And look, maybe Europe is happening this season.
Not again.
Is this the way?
It's happening again.
Up the chest. There's another video out tomorrow. Subscribe.
Oh, it's happening again. Show me a win. When are we going to burst out track at Ellen Road? That's coming out at Ellen Road. You know it is.
Yeah.
God's sake.